Hello, Taurus. This is a general reading in regards to love for you. We're starting here with the Queen of the Moon, excuse me, Oracle deck to get the energy of the person connecting with you. What energy do they have towards you and towards this connection is what we're looking for here. The energy of the person connecting with Taurus. What's their energy towards Taurus in this connection? Wow. So we get card number 39, which is the Beaver Moon, and it says creation. It's interesting because, when you think of a beaver, they're architects, They're also very they're very creative. I'm very sorry about that dog barking, by the way. I think it's my neighbor's dog. It's not mine. The bark is too deep. But anyway, the beaver is, yeah, very creative, okay, and they're architects, and they really create kind of, very impressive structures. And of course, creation, that implies that they're making something. They're either manifesting it or they are physically creating something to that applies to you and applies towards their connection with you. So it's either allowing them to move towards you or it's allowing them to support the connection in some way, but they are in this state of creating something. Okay, we're going to take a look now with the tarot. This deck here is called Hush Tarot because it was made by a man, or designed by a man named Jeremy Hush. It's very earthy, interesting cards, but we're going to take a look now at how this person feels about you. How does this person feel about Taurus? The creation card is really positive, they're making things happen. That's their energy anyway. They want to make something happen. They want to create something. How do they feel towards Taurus? We get the Two of Wands. That's interesting because, the Two of Wands is about planning. In the Two of Wands, we've chosen a wand, okay, and we're holding on to it with one hand, and in the other hand, we're holding a globe, and it represents looking out at the world and trying to determine, how do I get to this something I want? I've made this choice. This is what I want. And how do I get there to it? So there's planning indicated there. Like they're planning something. They're looking towards the future. It's kind of hopeful energy, but more than hope, because, it's the beginnings of more than hope anyway, because they're making choices about how to get to what they want with you. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at you now. How does Taurus feel about this person that we're looking into right now? How does Taurus feel about them? Justice. That's Libra energy. You might be dealing with Libra. The Justice card has to do with what's fair and what's balanced and what's right. So it may be that you're looking for balance in this connection, or you feel very balanced in it. You just feel like everything is equal. And it's not just about things being equal. It's about what's right. Like, karmically speaking, is this the right thing? And so, it indicates that that's how you feel. Like this is what you deserve, kind of, if that makes sense. Let's take a look now at what they want with you. What does this person want with Taurus? What are their hopes? What do they want in regards to this connection? What are they hoping for? The Seven of Cups. That's such a pretty card. The Seven of Cups has to do with choices. It can also mean, in the Seven of Cups, sometimes we're focused on something that isn't reality. In the Seven of Cups, it's about choices, okay? And so it could be that they want more choices. They want more options, okay? But also with the Seven of Cups, it's like sometimes we get so consumed with the choices, the possibilities, that there's an element of not facing reality. You know, I want my dreams. I want all of them. I want all of my dreams. And these are all of my dreams. And I can't pick one path and focus on it. I can't focus on something and move towards that because I want all of these things. And so there is this sort of like dreamy sort of. We also get the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands is about, it's a card of celebration, celebration and hope for the future. Sorry, just a second. Okay, sorry about that. I was hoping the dog would stop barking, and he has, at least for the moment. So what we have is the Seven of Cups and the Four of Wands. And like I was saying about the Seven of Cups, it's about choices. But even, I don't know, it just gives, I don't feel like it is choices. I think it has an element of fantasy to it. And excuse me, that message is coming out clear. Like that is, that's what I feel like is coming through anyway. This message of fantasy and having having that fantasy, okay, number one. But also with the Four of Wands here, it's about celebration. It's celebration of a union, celebration. This is often considered like a marriage card, okay? And I'm not saying necessarily that that's what they're looking for, because I don't look at the card. I don't look at the card as a marriage card. I just know that that comes out a lot because in the Four of Wands, we are celebrating everything that we have gone through together and everything that we will have in the future. It's a very hopeful energy, but also very happy energy, you know, gratitude. And yeah, it is, excuse me, at a wedding, we are celebrating what a couple has already been through together and what they're going to experience. You know, they're making this union and we're celebrating the union and the future that is implied with that, you know, and all of those hopes, which is why it's often considered that. But it is it is, I do feel like it's celebration, but I do also feel like there's stability, like almost solidifying their dreams, okay? But as far as what they want with you, I feel like there is some element of fantasy, like wanting to hold on to whatever that fantasy is. Um, and then also the celebration, wanting to celebrate what you've gone through together and hope for the future. It's interesting. Let's take a look at you. What are you hoping to have with this person? What are you hoping? What is Taurus hoping to have with this person? The Ten of Swords and the King of Cups. What an interesting combination. The Ten of, oh, I don't know if you saw those. It's interesting that they're both kind of yellow because in tarot, yellow often implies happiness. You know, it represents truth, number one, and happiness, okay, and understanding. And so it's interesting that they both have kind of a yellow glow to them. A lot of the cards do have a yellow glow, and that's just the art style. But the Ten of Swords is a painful ending, okay? And so you want to end something. With the Ten of Swords here, these flowers are like kind of growing out of her. It's actually a sort of, it doesn't feel like a sad image, but like it is actually very pretty. But the Ten of Swords represents a sad ending. But also with the Ten of Swords, there is the hope for the future because when you close a door, you're opening another. And so often in Ten of Swords cards, there's an element of hope there, like there's a bird or there's sunlight off in the distance, you know, there's often this element of hope and and the future and what you're moving towards. And so there is something here that you need to end. And maybe it's something with this person, or maybe it's something that you need to end in order to like progress with this person. But there is an ending here. And then the King of Cups, though, that's love. That is unconditional love. The King of Cups is very mature and very about his love. You know, he feels it very deeply, very, very deeply. And it is very mature sort of love. Maybe not very well expressed, though, you know? Oh, that's interesting. The cards that fell out are the King and Queen of Swords. And maybe this represents people to you. This, I mean, it looks like people, you know? The King and Queen of Swords, swords energy, that's Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. So you might be dealing with one of those signs, but this has to do with truth, and it has to do with logic and what makes sense, you know. First off, this is two people who are on the same energy, you know, they're on the same level. That's one important factor here. It's so weird that the king and queen came out, you know. That really feels very specific. And so maybe this means something specifically to you personally. I mean, the viewer, maybe you know what this is. But as a reader, the king and queen of swords, they're on the same level, okay? But as far as like love goes, they're not very super emotional people. They're more logical and practical. You know, they are very honest. They're very, both represent honesty. They represent truth and logic. And so that is represented here in this connection, but excuse me, it doesn't necessarily have to be that. It doesn't have to do with that at all. This might just be two people, you know. But that comes out, and I don't know, like, the King of Cups, and then we get the King and Queen of Swords. There's two kings there, which is interesting, which is masculine energy, and I don't feel like it's necessarily two different people. It doesn't come across that way. What do you want? Wow, I mean, I would certainly hope, and it might be the case, but I would certainly hope it's not, because you should not, I would hope that you wouldn't want to like deny your heart, okay? But one way that this could be read is that you want to put an end to the King of Cups, you know, and focus on this King and Queen of Swords. Like, you want to end that and focus on this. And that might be your truth, you know. If it is, it's your truth, it's your life, and you get to make that choice. That's the best part of all of this, is we get to decide, and we get to live the life we want to live. And if that's what you want, then I'm not trying to judge in any way. I really am not. I'm, you know, I would hope that you'd want to follow your heart, but there is something here about putting an end to something. There is something about very deep, very unconditional kind of love here, okay? And then of course there's these two here that represent truth and clarity, and it's a union of truth and clarity and honesty, and that is definitely something to be to seek out. I mean, ideally in a connection, we want to be the emperor and empress, right? We want to we want to fully encompass all of it. We want the logic and the truth, and we want the passion of the wands, and we want the stability of the pentacles, and we want the love of the cups, you know. We want all of those things all wrapped up. So there's never, it's not bad to be like seeking out any portion of it. Maybe you find that you have a lot of the other things and you really just want to focus on truth and logic, and that's okay. So I mean, however that resonates for you. But let's take a look now. If you wanted to help them achieve what they want, if you wanted to help them get what they want from this connection, what advice would tarot give you? What should Taurus do to help this person get what they want? the Six of Swords and the Seven of Wands. The Six of Swords and the Seven of Wands. The Six of Swords is about moving to a place of peace, you know, letting go of something. Oddly, in the Six of Swords, I often look at that. This picture, it kind of grosses me out. But Six of Swords. The swords represent that truth and logic. And in the Six of Swords, we're in this boat, and the water's all rocky. And water represents emotions in tarot. So it indicates that emotionally speaking, you may feel like things are crazy. You know, there's a lot happening. There's a lot of feelings. There's a lot of emotions, and it's all just kind of too overwhelming. And so with the Six of Swords, you use logic. Okay, you use truth. And you grasp to that, you hold on to that, and you allow it to push you into calm, okay? And so you kind of use that truth and logic to kind of control your emotions a bit, which is not a terrible idea at all. It really can help ground you. It can help stabilize you, okay? But that's what this advice is telling you to do. And then also with the Seven of Wands, that's a card of protection. In the Seven of Wands, we're defensive, we're feeling defensive, and we're putting up shields, we're putting up guards. And so there's something here that you need to protect with this advice here. If you're trying to help them achieve what they want, then you're being called to protect something in that Seven of Wands. And maybe that's the connection, or maybe that's truth and logic, or I'm not sure what that Seven of Wands would represent for you, but you are being called to protect something. Wands are things that we feel very passionate about, things that we feel a lot of, we feel a spark, you know, we feel pulled towards it and drawn towards it. And that might not, that might not be part of the message, but it could be. With the Seven of Wands, you're being called to protect something. Put up your shields, put up a wall around it, keep it safe, okay? Let's take a look. What could you do to get what you want out of this situation, Taurus? What can Taurus do to achieve what they're hoping for in this connection? What can Taurus do? All right, we get the Chariot, which is Cancer energy. You might be dealing with the Chariot. This is someone who's very dedicated to a course, you know, not to a course, to a destination. The Chariot knows what they want, and there are a lot of distractions along the path. Sometimes the path leads them in a way they didn't anticipate, but they're focused on that destination. So wherever the path leads, whatever, as long as I end up where I wanted to go, then I'm good. And so this is about having that like single-minded focus towards something. All right. We also have the Ace of Cups, which is a new beginning in love. And aces represent new beginnings. Cups represent emotions. It's saying it's a call to embrace it, to seek it out, okay? To like possibly rekindle something, you know, within this connection. There is this call to, yeah, aces represent, like I said, new beginnings, but it can also just be like a refresher. It's allowing something to feel new again, you know, to put something in it that gives, to shift your perspective, possibly to change something so that it feels new again. And so if this is a connection that you are already in, or that you're already like well established in, then this is a call to well, to find that loving self, you know, to yeah, it's a call to love, really. And the Ace of Pentacles, you got two aces. The Ace of Pentacles here is also, again, aces are new beginnings, and this is like telling you to, it's telling you to pay attention to where you want to go and be dedicated to that destination, okay? And then start that path. Both of these are beginnings, you know? start leading towards that, whatever it is. Commit yourself emotionally and like physically, like commit yourself to it, and start yourself down that journey. And maybe this is a restart. Maybe you were going down that journey before, and now you need to start again. Or maybe this is something new, maybe what you're looking for is an ending to what you have and a new beginning in a different sort of relationship, in which case, that's what you're being called to do. um, However it resonates for you, whether you're wanting to pursue this further or you're wanting to pursue something else, you're being called to really pay attention to where you want to be with this Chariot card. Really focus on where you want to go, where you want to end up, okay? And start that path or restart it if that's how it resonates, okay? Let's see here. I just happened to notice at the bottom of the deck was the Three of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Six of Wands. The Three of Swords is about heartache. It's also about endings, but it's really about heartache. It's about heartache and pain. The Eight of Pentacles is about work and working at something until you perfect it. And it may be, and this is kind of like underlining energy underneath what's happening here on your side. There may be pain in some regard. This is a lot of pain. The Three of Swords, that's like heartache, serious heartache. But this is like a focus to continue working at something, like continue trying to perfect it, continue trying to make it better. And then of course was the Six of Wands, which is victory. So I don't know if that resonates for you, but that's what's under the deck. Can we get advice here for Taurus in regards to this connection? Thank you, by the way, for watching this. I do really, really appreciate it. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that it resonates for you. And if it does, I'd love to hear about it. If you wouldn't mind liking the video, and if you're not already subscribed, if you wouldn't mind hitting the subscription button so you could see more of my videos in the future, that would be awesome. But even if you don't, that's cool. Thank you for watching. I do really appreciate it, like I said. So thank you. Can we get advice for Taurus? I feel a little out of breath, but that's because I also feel rushed. So clarity. Clearing your mind brings you closer to your sacred inner wisdom. And I feel like that comes across both in what you hope for and what you're being called to do. In your hopes is that King and Queen of Swords, which is, like I said, truth and clarity. And I feel like that might be something that you're seeking out, that clarity, that honesty, that understanding, wanting to understand and wanting to be understood and wanting to clarify everything, the truth, really. And then also with this Chariot energy here in your advice, it's saying focus on what it is you want. I've been talking with a friend of mine recently about hopes, and actually he's a Taurus, he is. And how we, in daydreams, and how we have all these daydreams. Often, many people daydream, but anyway, we have dreams that we want to keep in the dream world. We're not actually looking to make that happen in our lives. They're just something we enjoy thinking about, and then there are dreams that we really want to have, we really want to obtain, and like looking and identifying which ones are the ones you want to make happen. And when you do that and acknowledge that this is what you really want and push your focus towards it, like you start calling it forward, just acknowledging it and saying yes, and like I want to move towards this, that pulls it out and it makes it even more a chance of reality for you, just by saying yes, I actually want that. And so I feel like you're being called to do that with this Chariot energy and with the clarity. Really look at what you want and focus on that something, and then start your way towards it. Begin that journey. But let's go ahead and get advice Advice for Taurus, please. Can we get advice for Taurus? This deck, by the way, is called the Motivation Manifesto. The card that you got says, the great joys in life come when we are spontaneous and authentic while engaging in activities we care about. And the great miseries come when too many days stack up where we are conforming and posing while doing things we have no passion for. Wow. These messages in this deck, they're so, they don't beat around the bush, you know? They're like, look, you're going to be happy when you're doing things that, when you're being authentic and engaging in activities that you care about, and you're going to continue being unhappy if you continue working towards conforming and posing and focusing your energy on things that you don't care about. Okay, so I don't know if you find yourself in that situation, if you would agree that this is what you're doing or where you are, but really invest yourself in what you want, focus on that destination that you want for yourself. Really work towards that destination you want for yourself, and be authentic in that. Anyway, that's what I have for you, Taurus. I hope that this resonated. Like I said, I really do hope it resonated for you. I hope you enjoyed it. But I appreciate you watching. Either way, I appreciate the support. So thank you. I do hope that you have a beautiful day. I wish you good luck in this. And I hope I see you back here again in the future. Bye.